Chris Schulte here with Greenlight Quilts. I'm at the Tecumseh YMCA quilt camp. It is in January. It's really cold outside. And I'm happy and honored to be here because of this nice lady, Beth. I met her last year at the Bloomington Quilt Show, and she has been the camp director and an integral part of this camp for decades. And I'm going to just pan around. This is one of the rooms that we sew in. And some people have had to go. And there's Katie. Hi, Katie. Okay. And I'm going to give Beth the 10 questions. Okay, Beth. What is the most egregious thing somebody has done with your scissors?
Possibly cut paper. Nothing serious that I recall.
Then your family respects and loves you.
Definitely.
Have you named your machine? And if so, what is it?
I have not. I need to, but it has died. And I am going to get a new. And I am going to get a new machine to bring to camp next time. So I have a whole lot of learning to do.
And tell me, what machine are you going to buy?
Well, I had a Husqvarna, a Viking, which I have loved. I've had it for many years, and now I have a Baby Lock.
Okay. And is the Baby Lock that died?
It is a Sapphire, I think.
And will you have a funeral?
I'm going to definitely have a funeral because I'm in love with my machine. It's very, very sad that I have to give it up.
Okay. And I'm sure my video editor will enter some comments and words of sorrow. What is your favorite beverage to sip while you're sewing?
This camp, it has been hot water. It has been so cold. My hands are always cold. So I love hot water, but coffee and Diet Coke, caffeine free.
Okay. What is the most, other than your machine, what is the most money you've spent on quilting stuff? Where were you? And did you hide your stash from your spouse?
That's a good question. There is a great store in Holland, Michigan, where I happen to live now, called Pressing Matters, but it just closed. Have a second very favorite store that's in Carson City, Michigan, called Seven Sisters that I absolutely love. In fact, got a nice gift card for Christmas from Seven Sisters. I'm very excited to get back up there. But probably in Paducah, I've spent a little bit of money. And no, Dave is a cheerleader for quilt camp and quilts, and sky's the limit. He doesn't care.
And how long have you been married?
50 years.
That's probably why he puts up with your quilt. Yeah, good. Oh, that's right, 50 years this year. Wow. Did you get married when you were 8?
I got married when I was 25.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Anyway, if you had to choose, would it be applique, piecing, or paper piecing?
Piecing. I'm not a fan of making applique, but I absolutely love it. So if I was asked in a quilt show and quilts are hanging there, if you wanted to buy one of these quilts, it would definitely be something with applique because I absolutely love the beauty of it, but I don't love the time and effort and headache it takes for me to do that.
Gotcha. How many UFOs do you have, and which one is your oldest?
I have, the one I'm working on is, I do one at a time. So I don't
Really?
have those.
You are a rock star. Speaking of rock stars, if you could quilt with a celebrity, who would it be? And it doesn't have to be somebody who does quilting.
Well, I'm a true fan of Bonnie and Camille. It's a mother-daughter duo. And I would love to meet both of them and see their sewing rooms and spend a day with them.
Wow, okay. You should invite them to come to.
Line, Nantucket Summer. I'm a fan of Nantucket. I want to go back there really bad. And I loved her fabric line and made probably 3 or 4 quilts and a little cute tote bag. I love their fabric.
Awesome. Sweet or savory?
Sweet.
I knew that. What is the best quilting advice you've ever been given?
Wow. I think probably because of quilt camp, and women will come to camp and oftentimes will tell me, I go home, never unpack what I've made at camp, bring it back and restart. So the advice that I have internalized over that is, if you're going to put a quilt away for a little bit, make sure you write in the bag of fabric what you're making, the pattern, where you are, what the next step is, so that you're not totally befuddled and thinking, oh, what do I do next?
That's awesome. And the last question is, what is your quilting superpower?
Quilting superpower. That's a good, that's a really tough question. Quilting superpower. Probably buying pretty fabric. Fabric that is bright and bold and pretty, pinks and reds, blues. I love beautiful fabric, reds.
Well, I can tell you from knowing you in the short time that I have that your quilting superpower is the ability to provide enthusiasm in a fellowship and a community of people. And you're very instrumental, and that will be your legacy, not pretty fabric.
Well, thank you. That's really very kind words. And I truly love the community that's been built here at Camp Tecumseh. And it's all in the Lord's favor and His timing. And if He brings people to camp that have never met each other, and they go home as really good friends and continue that friendship through the many years.
But you are the common thread to that. So that is your superpower that was bestowed upon you.
Oh, thank you.
I've had a blast, and I appreciate so much for the invitation.
Thank you. I am thrilled that you came, and we have absolutely loved having you here, Chris.
Thank you. Okay, over and out, everybody. That was Beth. Beth Wright.